Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Anisharis, and today I will present to you the solution for question 1A, and we move to question B, and I cover for the A note. So the function given is pi with the limitation of -1 to 1, and the second function is pi x in the power of 2 of s minus 3 over 4 with the 1 to 3. So the first one A, sketch the graph of fx in the interval of -5 to 3. So the first one, we find the coordinate. So we put all the value that's given to have to make the value for the graph. For each function, as you can see, the values for pi x in the bracket of s over s minus 3 in the power of 2 over 4. So we get all the value. This is the value that's given for that we obtain to make the graph, and this for the value for the second function. We move to the graph with the interval of -5 to 3. So we get this graph is made by the values that we obtain from the coordinate that we find. So the P is 2 and the P is 4 and the L is 2. So we move to the B, find the corresponding Fourier series. For the first, we find the A node. We move to the common equation that we use, the general equation that be given. So we put all the value for the -1 to 1 for the pi and 1 to 3 for pi s, the power of negative s minus 3, the power of 2 over 4. So we 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 calculate for the first one, which is we integrate for the first one, which is pi, and we get pi x with the value of -1 and 1. So we move to integrate the second one. So the second one, we move in with with the in the power in the bracket for the each. We expand the equation. So from here, we have the pi over 4. As you can see, pi over 4, we put outside to make this calculation simple. So after that, we integrate this function with the respect to x for each function. So we get pi minus of -pi. From this, we can get 2 pi. And from here, we put the value for the each x we put, and we get this value. And the last one, after we calculate all the round, so we get 2 pi plus pi over 4 with the value 4. So after that, we simplify again, so we get the pi. So after that, we calculate all, and we get a naught equal to 3 over 2 pi. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Ahmad Sufi Amin bin Muhammad Saidin. So, right now, I will continue to explain to you how we get AN and BN to put into our Fourier series. Okay, first, for AN, we use this formula, y over L integration with limitation of -1 until 3, fx from the function early for the question, cos n pi x over L, which is our L is 2 dx. So we put our value of L 1 over 2, and this is same as before. Then we put our fx, as you can see, as you can remember, we got two fx, which is fx equal to pi and fx equal to this. But this function, the limit is -1 until 1. But for this, 2 until 3. So we separate them what like this. This is break into one section, and this we separate into one section so that we can integrate them more efficiently. Okay, next, for the first part, we integrate pi cos n by x over 2. We know that if we integrate cos, we got sine, and we also integrate this part. We integrate the angle. We get this, and we substitute the value 1 and -1, and we got this for the first part. Then we proceed into the second part of the integration. We integrate the n x into, oh no, we before we integrate this, we have to put the constant in front to make our integration more easier. And we got this x to the power of 3 minus 6x to the power of 2 plus 9x with multiply with cos and pi x over 2 dx. This we can use the tabular method to integrate this. So this is as our u and this is our dv. This is the tabular method. The first part we differentiate, the second part we integrate. So this after this the value after the using the tabular method. The next part is just the same part, just we simplify the value. This also we simplify the value, and this is the value we get from the second part. So we combine all the first part and the second part to get the value of an, which is an equal to 1 over n sine n pi over 2 minus 6 over n the power of 3 pi the power of 2 in bracket sine 3 n pi over 2 plus sine pi n over 2 minus 12 over n pi n the power of 4 pi over 3 in bracket cos 3 n pi over 2 minus cos n pi over 2. Alright, so let's proceed to our Bn. This same as the an one, but the only one that changed is sign. So we put our fx like before, pi and this, and we also separate them into two parts. Okay, the first part is pi. We integrate like before, but in this value we integrate sine, we got a negative cos. So after we substitute the value, we got the first part is only 0. Then we integrate the second part, same as before, and we simplify to make the integration is more easier. We put n over pi in front, and we using a tabular method to get the value of the integration. So this is the value after that. Then we simplify what we can to this, also this into this. So this is the value of the second part. Then after we got the value of first part and second part for the Bn, we put all the value into the previous one, and after that we got the final value of Bn, which is Bn equal to 1 over n cos n pi over 2 plus 6 over n the power of 3 pi the power of 2 in bracket cos 3 n pi the power over 2 plus cos pi n over 2 minus 12 n the power of 4 pi the power of 3 in bracket sine 3n pi the over 2 minus sine pi n over 2. After that, we got our a naught, an, and bn. We can put now for the series. This is the formula of the Fourier series. Fx equal to a naught over 2 plus the sum of an cos n pi over lx plus bn sin n pi over lx. So the final answer is 3 over 4 pi fx equal to 3 over 4 pi plus the sum of 1 over n sin nx over 2 minus 6 over n power of 3 pi the power of 2 sine 3n pi over 2 plus sine pi n over 2 minus 12 pi the power of 4 n the power of 4, my mistake, n the power of 4 pi the power of 3 in bracket cos 3 n pi over 2 minus cos n pi over 2 cos n pi x over 2 plus 1 n cos n pi over 2 plus 6 n the power of 3 pi the power of 2 cos 3 n pi over 2 plus cos n pi over 2 minus 12 and 12 over n pi n the power of 4 and the power of 3 sine 3 n pi over 2 sine n pi over 2 sine n x pi n over 2. So that's it. This is the answer for B. Thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Aidil bin Khairuddin. Now I will explain how to solve the question 1C. As we know, the question 1 want to determine the Fourier series for fx in the standard form. As we can see, the values of s0 fx was given, and the values of a2 and b1 also given in this question. Okay, the first, we need to complete the table. As we can see, the values of s0 and fx was given, and then we need to find the values of fx cos x, fx sin x, fx cos 2x, and fx sin 2x. Okay, after that, we need to find the values of a0. A0, we know that 1 over 6 multiply the values of summation of fx, and then we get the values is 2.692, and then we find the a1. A1 is equals to 1 over 6 multiply summation of fx cos x, and then we get the value is negative 0.042. And then we find the values of c0. C0 is 1 over 2 multiply a0, and then we get the value is 1.346. And then we find the values of c1. C1 is square root a1 squared plus b1 squared. Then we get the values is 0.481. And then we need to find the alpha 1. Alpha 1 equals to tan negative 1 a1 over b1, and then we get the value is 5.011. As we know, the values of a1 and b1 is negative. The angle is in sector 3. If we get the positive value, we need to add with 180 degrees, and then we get the value is 185.011 degrees. And then we need to find b2. b2 equals to 1 over 6 multiply summation of fx sine 2x, and we get the value is negative 0.377. And then we need to find the values of C2. C2 equals to square root A2 squared plus B2 squared. And then we get the value is 0.584. And then we find the values of alpha 2 equals to 10 negative 1 A2 over B2. And then we get the value is negative 49.792. As we can see, the values of A2 is positive and the values of B2 is negative. As we know, the angle is in the second sector. And then we get the negative value. We need to 180 degrees minus. With the answer, we get 49.792, and we get the values of alpha 2 130.208. For the last step is we need to find the fx. Fx equals to c naught plus c1 sine x plus alpha 1 plus c2 sine 2x plus alpha 2. And the last answer is 1.346 plus 0.481 sine x plus 185.011 plus 0.584 sine 2x plus 130.208. And that is the last answer. Thank you.